can thread both hands through. Good. If you wanted to bring the swing down, this would be easier. The swing's a little bit higher, it's going to be a bigger shoulder stretch, so it's okay to have different versions or variations. Okay. If you have any back pain, you can bend the knees and come into like almost like a little sumo here. But our bum is sticking. It's not sticking.
It's moving.
It's sitting way back. I'll edit that part or not. All right, the stinky bum pose. All right, press the arms down strongly, lift the chest. Exhale, go ahead and lower back.
Sorry to interrupt. There's a guy says there's a red car parked by the gate on the road. It's blocking traffic. Is that one of us?
Not me.
No. No one's parked down there?
No. Could it be any of the morning crew?
Could be.
I'm so sorry about that, Adrian.
Hey,
Not us. Will you give Lucid and Ronnie a call first?
Sure.
Yeah, they have a red. Like
They have a red car, yeah.
Kind of,
I'm like, with it, before we tow it, inhale, lift, straight arms, but do not use your back. So if you're doing this, your back is doing all the work. Do you see what I mean? I want you to strengthen the underbelly of the arms. If it hurts the shoulders to keep the arms straight, it's okay to bend the elbows, but I still want you to lift with the arms. It should be really challenging. Go nice and slow. Exhale, come on back down. So keep a flat back the whole time. So
Arms stay straight the whole time?
if you can. Yeah, if you need to bend the elbows, it's okay. So if you come up and down and pulse really slowly, go ahead and do 5 in your own breath and in your own way. Then you're using this part of the arm, which basically does not ever get used. You know what I mean? And then this will really help us get into our acrobatics and our superfly. We have to get the arm strength first when we're plugging the bones in and learning how to lift, and you'll feel your core engage here too. It's pretty amazing. Okay. So after your last one, you're going to come all the way up to stand. So press, press, press. Really good. Okay, to go into second side, we're not using our leg loops right now. Just ignore them if they're bopping. Bring the left elbow up and over, and then drop. So we release the right hand down. Beautiful, guys. So first thing I'm going to do is just have you guys sway it out a little. So in case there's any tension in the back from using muscles we're not used to, we're going to just let ourselves play. Beautiful. Okay, so come back to center when you're ready. We're going to spin on axis. So heels are turned out, toes are slightly turned in. We're spreading the sit bones. We have the alignment from the tailbone to the crown of the head along our pillar. So from here, we're going to inhale and look up towards the left. Pull down strongly. You might get a free adjustment here. This also replaces all our needs for the chiropractor. Although we love them, we don't have to hang out with them 3 times a week. So inhale, go ahead and twist. Exhale, go ahead and release. So I'm just going to look down towards the ground. That way we can wring out the spine. Inhale, twist, look up towards the sky. Hold. Exhale down. So you can tell you can make this really easy, but if you wanted to get into some dynamic strength, you can really open up the shoulder here on the left side. Okay, come back through center. Go ahead and straighten the top arm. Okay, we're going to inhale that up overhead. So now, when we reach up, we're going to grab with our fingers, bend our elbows a lot, and now we're going to use our triceps. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, just lay it out. This should feel really good on the side body. If anything feels a little tight or sticky, then take it nice and slow. Don't go too far. Sink the hips back just a little bit more, Deborah. There we go. So we're going to stack the bones. So I'm not doing a whole bunch of yoga instruction. I'm letting you guys kind of do your own adjustments, but we can really get into some detail with this stuff too. So when you're ready, come through a flat back. Keep the elbows bent here. When we inhale, we're going to lift our chest and press to straight arms. Ooh la la. Don't go too fast. And now go down nice and slow. Okay? So as slow as you can go. That's our game today with the basic stuff. Inhale, press. That can be extremely difficult, right? So we do all of our strengthening and like Pilates style stuff with the swing too. Pause at the bottom and stretch the heart open. Inhale, lift. All the way out. Really good, guys. All right, go ahead and just come to stand. How did that feel? You guys good? You can tell that's a little bit more work, right? Pretty easy, but it's nice to go over the basics with people so they know how to use the swing, especially on their own. A lot of guys take my classes because I'm just as much into dynamic strength as I am to flexibility. And we really do want to cater to all levels. So we want to invite people who want that upper body strength to use the swing. I'm just going to show you another option that you can do, which is using the handholds. So I don't do pull-ups every day, I'll just tell you right now. I'll do one, and I'm like, okay, I did it. But if you wanted to, you can use the handholds for all your upper body strength needs. Yeah, see, one is perfect. Done. Next, go play. But this is also a really good way to stretch the shoulders. So sometimes after doing something that is strengthening, it's also good to do something that is elongating. So go ahead and just use the handholds. So there's the finger wrap, okay? And then there's the wrist wrap. So the wrist wrap is when you put the handhold on the top of the wrist and then grab with your fingers. Yes. And therefore it's going to take pressure. Don't worry about your leg loops. You're like, what's happening? Yeah. That's fine. And then just stretch down. So those are just lower. We're going to test out the leg loops. Does that go good? Just to stretch out the side body. We're going to test out the leg loops next, once we get it through the forward folds, and then we'll adjust yours. So you can use your handholds. But I just want to show you, for those that want the upper body strength, the handholds are also a really good option. Okay, we're going to come to some forward folds. I'm going to wind up being in this position with you guys and go in the same direction. At first, I just want to show you where we put the swing. So we're going to straighten the arms and push all the way down towards the ground. You can notice that you can float here if you'd like. If your swing's really high, this will be challenging, and you can bring it down. If you want the swing lower, you're just going to be really close to the ground, and that's fine. Just know that that's the option. That looks good. So we do not want the swing on our belly.
Like my feet are like flat on the ground.
Let's just bend your knees.
No, but you seem to, I thought you were saying something about
yeah, so go ahead and just pick your feet up.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to trust the swing a little bit more. It's going to take.
Your
Your swing could always go higher if you wanted it too high. Yeah. If the whole point is that we don't necessarily, we're not going to float and fly in this one. We want to make it easy for people. And when we come into the forward fold, if your feet don't touch the ground, that's the only issue. When we get more advanced, we don't touch the ground as much, but that's not what we're going for in the basics. Okay. If you guys want to see me when you're upside down, we could all turn around. It's up to you. If you all want to go in the same direction, I'm just going to let you know that there's going to be like a lot of this that happens. So it's okay, but we're all going to do the same thing. Okay. So we all just decide together. So let's just try it this way. Yeah, the booty shots. Okay, so go ahead and stretch the swing down to the hips and lean forward. Come into a forward fold. It is not a floating leap. It's a forward fold. So make sure you keep the balls of the feet grounded. If you're leaning forward enough, you're going to have your head close to the ground. So lean forward, Kyra, so your head's close to the ground. There you go. And then you're going to clasp your elbows and you're going to sway from side to side. My feet are towards the center of my mat. And I'm leaning forward on a diagonal. There we go. Thank you, guys. Very good. Lean forward a little bit more, Kyra. Lean forward. Okay. So sometimes when we're not used to bending at the hip flexors, we can be rounded in the upper back here. But as much as possible, we're going to feel the sacred geometry of the body, that from the inception points of the legs, the bottom of the hips to the crown of the head is the same length as our legs. It doesn't look that way in normal forward folds, but from this position we can see the geometry. So our head is moving closer to the ground than we are in normal forward folds. So this is a habit to stay up on the heels. I just want you to trust the swing to hold you. Keep your feet on the ground. Yeah, just let your upper body drape forward like that. Is that okay? Yeah, so this will start to loosen up, but we want to get into that position. So the same here. So if we're used to bending at the waist, keep your feet on the ground. It's okay. And just push down, push your heels down. Bend your elbows. Bend your elbows, like clasp them. Yeah, there we go. And just hang. There's just a little tightness there that I'm helping with. So this is going to start to feel really good. So most of the time that looks great. You feel good?
Yeah.
Can you walk your feet to the center of the mat for me? There you go. So you're going to use on feet. Yeah, and then lean forward. Yeah. Clasp the elbows and hang. So we have to trust the hang. That looks good. You feel good? Okay. So can you feel the tightness?
Oh, yeah.
All right, if you're here, this is all going to start loosening up in time. You should have seen Bob a couple months ago. Wow, this is great. Can you feel the hang? Does that feel good? That looks great. Awesome. Okay. So see how close your head is to the ground and in a normal forward fold? So that's really allowing the body to initiate the bend from the deep in the hip flexor, where most people are still rounding, right, in their forward fold by keeping their heels down. But we're actually pouring our weight forward, and it's a much deeper stretch when we get it. But anytime you want to bring your swing down, you're totally welcome to. And it's massaging out the hip flexors. It's very intense. We will get used to that sensation, but it will always be intense, to tell you. All right, guys, you look great. So let's go ahead and grab our ankles. Our feet are hip distance. We're going to pull with a flat back, so heart towards the knees, head in line with the body. Go ahead and give yourself a little tug. So you can bend your elbows here and pull in deeper. It's going to be intense on the hip flexors, or just keep the arms straight. So make sure you're arching and opening up the upper back. Yeah, use the pull to go a little deeper. Beautiful, guys. Go ahead and release. We're going to bring our hands forward. We're going to walk it back into a down dog. So heels stay up the whole time. So our toes go towards the back of the mat. Our hands can actually come off if you're nice and long. It's okay to go beyond our little sphere here. And then I want you to just practice rocking from side to side into happy dog. Wag the tail. Or happy cat. It's okay to be a happy cat in this pose too. Okay, just let it feel good. Find your swag. Beautiful. If your swing is lower, it's easier to get your feet on the ground. If your swing is higher, you're just going to be up on the toes, and that's okay. But our arms are nice and strong, like our life depends on it, although we could come into a flying dog, where we actually allow ourselves to lift our arms and float. Keep the V shape here. Try floating. Beautiful, guys, I know. Trust, right? Get your wings. All right, great. Land it back down. Now we're going to float, because I know you guys want to. Awesome. So bend your elbows, come onto your forearms. So feet are going to rise no higher than the hips, so just a foot off the ground to begin. Come on down to the forearms. Yeah. We're going to rock back and forth a little bit. So be careful not to bop with your neighbors too much. Just see if you can pull forward and back nice and gentle. It's going to be a nice massage on the hip flexors as well. Both Amy and Bob have done the sequences with me, so you can look at them for reference. I can't guarantee they're going to do what I'm doing, but I'll do my best to remind them that we're looking at them in the back. So even when we're upside down, you'll have somebody special to look at. All right, great. So now let's go ahead and pull onto our hands, straight arms, shoulders stacking right over the wrists. So we're coming into a floating plank pose. Okay, I'm just giving you guys some examples of how we can play with the down dog sequence and forward folds with the swing at the hips. So let's just rock back and forth a little bit here. So this should be a little less intense than the floating leaf, right? Now that we're in a straight body. So legs are level with the hips, but not higher. So you can bring them up slightly, Kyra. There you go. Nice. Beautiful, guys. We should just make sound effects when we bop. You can always bring your legs a little higher than the hips if you don't want to bop your neighbor's head. So we can fit like little Legos. But Julia, bring your feet down so they're not higher than the hips. Okay? Yeah. But wide is okay, so we can fit. We all stack up. Awesome, guys. Okay, so we're going to try the frog leaps. We're going to bring the right elbow to left knee, straighten, and then right elbow to right knee. So used to saying it backwards, and now we're all in the same direction, so let's just try doing the same side. So let's flip. Right elbow the right knee, left elbow the left knee. So it's fun to synchronize them. If you want to just do your own thing and play, it's okay too. Just feel that pull and that crunch of the core engaging when you rock forward and hold it. Obviously, you're not going to hold it for very long because the momentum is going to pull you right back. And then if you really want to get playful, go ahead and try both knees. That is the full frog leap. So we're going to pop up into a crow pose.
for those that do yoga. And then come right back out.